Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I have been promising you guys this video for probably a month now, and obviously by the title you already know that this is my wax empties, or what I've been melting. Just to simply say, I haven't been putting this video off for any other reason other than the fact that I haven't been melting a whole lot. Prior to us moving, I would put a morning melt in, or I would like pick my morning melt and then I'd pick my afternoon or evening melts. And now it's kind of like I get home and I put something in and I let it go until it dies out completely, whether it's a day or whether I get a few days out of it. And I have found several brands or scents that I have been able to get 3 or 4 days out of, which is great because I'm getting more bang for my buck essentially. So I'm going to start with the 2 candles that I've burned through. The first one is from Bath & Body Works, and this is the aromatherapy one, and if that'll focus, this is lavender vanilla. I love the blue. Yeah, the white wax always burns so gross. This candle has been a love-hate thing for me. I've had this candle for probably a year and a half now, honestly, and I would burn it in smaller areas and it would give me such headache, like a terrible headache, where I'd have to burn it out and I would have to like open windows and just air out the house. So I actually started melting this or burning this in the back of our new house where like our bedrooms are, just because I don't have any, well, I do now have a chart burner in our bedroom, but I didn't have anything before, so I put this in our bathroom on that side of the house, and it was a big enough area that it smelled nice and I could smell it through the rest of the house, but it wasn't like overkill. It didn't bother me and I was able to finish it up. That being said, I would not repurchase this. I probably would never repurchase anything in lavender vanilla. I've realized that lavender is probably not a scent for me, and I didn't get a whole lot of vanilla in that, so that one I'm happy to be done with, and I won't repurchase anything of that scent. The next one I melted is from the Better Homes and Gardens. This one is Sunlit Wild Herbs. These candles, they're great priced. I mean, I think they're what, $5? If I can get this open. But if you can tell, it sooted so bad. I know this is a strange place to melt this one, but I melted this one in my bathroom as well, just because I couldn't smell it in the rest of my house. I think the rest of everything else that I had melting that, you know, that week or whatever was just choking out the scent, and I couldn't smell it. So I moved it to the back of the house again, and I was able to smell it a little bit better, but all the soot and everything, like it was all over my bathroom mirrors. We have white countertops and like white frame around our mirror, and I had to wipe everything down. Like, this candle made such a mess. And this wick, I don't know if you guys can tell, but that wick actually ended up coming undone and then it flipped sideways, so it just stopped burning completely. So I actually have quite a bit of wax left in this, but I can't melt it at all. I'm not a huge fan of the Better Homes and Gardens candles. I think that their quality is lacking. I've purchased one other one and it wasn't great either. I think the scents are really awesome and I think their melts are really great. I just think that they don't burn well. So I don't know that I'd repurchase any Better Homes and Gardens candles. Okay, and then on to my empty wax I have in this cute little box. Not that you guys can see it, but I will go through the clamshells first. The first one that I finished up was from Sensationals. This is the Orange Cream Cupcake. This is one of my favorite scents. I honestly didn't think I would like it. I remember when I first started getting into wax, I smelled this one somewhere and I thought, ooh, that's not for me. Well, then for some reason one day it smelled good and I used all of it up, and I actually repurchased the Better Homes and Gardens version of that because I thought that's what I had, but apparently I had Sensational. So I bought another Orange Cream Cupcake just from Better Homes and Gardens. So if it compares, it won't matter which one I buy. If not, I'll go back to the Sensationals ones because I really liked this. And I've noticed, for me at least, and I shouldn't say this about all companies, but with these Sensationals and the Better Homes and Gardens, the citrus ones seem to last a really long time. They don't fizzle out as much as like the floral scents and that kind of thing, like the home fresh scents. So I don't know, that's just an interesting observation I've had. But yeah, I liked the orange cream cupcake. It smells delicious and it lasted a really long time. The next one is Summer Meadow, and this one I burned through really quickly. It was a really nice summer fresh scent. However, it didn't last. The scent didn't linger very long. I'd maybe get, 4 or 5 hours out of it, which is a lot for some wax, but for a lot of these, I can get at least a full day out of them. So I actually melted through this one, I think, in like a day. I ended up putting 3 cubes in, 1 warmer upstairs and 3 cubes in the warmer downstairs. And it smells amazing, but the throw, it just isn't there. So I don't know, I'd probably repurchase this one too, just because it is a really nice scent and it's a great one to throw in when you have company, because like I've stated before, there's some scents that are just, they're perfect for when you have people over because they're not an offensive scents. They're not overly strong, they're just nice and inviting. And I kind of got that with this one. So like I said, I don't know if I'd repurchase it or not, probably, but I don't know, if there was something else that smelled similar, I'd probably purchase that one over this one. The next one I have is from Ashland, and this one is, what is this? Oh, Bananas Foster. This one, let me open it and smell it again. This is a super soft wax. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, the wax is extremely soft. It left a lot of mess in the container. Essentially, I get an authentic banana scent that is completely like taken over by cinnamon, sweet cinnamon, which is really nice. This one, you lose all other scent but the banana within like an hour, with all but the cinnamon within like an hour. After an hour, it's straight cinnamon and that's all you smell. So it is nice. I don't think I would repurchase this one though. It wasn't like a favorite. The next one is Coffee Cake Swirl, and this one is amazing. I think I've talked about this one already. I think I might have already mentioned this one, and I obviously used another one. I mentioned that it has like the doughy, you can smell like the doughy cake part of it, and then the sweet cinnamon. It's delicious. I love it. It's one of those like comfort scents to me. I think baked goods like that and scents like this are, when I'm not feeling good or when I'm just having like a blah day, this is the kind of scent that I like. So I will continue to repurchase that one, definitely. And then the last clamshell that I have is from Cobblestone Candles and Banana Nut Bread. This thing is amazing. Oh, it's so good. It's literally the most authentic banana nut bread I've ever had. I actually have the candle burning right there. The candles aren't as great as these. They burn very similarly to the Better Homes and Gardens candles, whereas I don't get a ton of soot off of that one, but they tunnel a little bit. But I'm not done with that, so you get more of a review on that one in my next empties, I'm sure. But as far as like the scent goes, this is the most authentic banana nut bread I've ever smelled. I had this candle going and some of these wax melts in my burner in my kitchen, and my mother-in-law walked in and honest to God, she thought I was making banana nut bread. She's like, this is such a tease. It smells so authentic. I did actually go and repurchase this one again, and unfortunately I bought a few more of those candles because I loved the scent so much, but I kind of regret it now. They weren't super expensive. I think they were like $9 or $10, but the melts are much better. So yes, I will continue to repurchase these. Okay, and then I have 2 scent shots from, they're both from Up the Creek. The first one I have is in lemongrass, and this smells like straight up Pledge. It's completely a cleaner. My husband mentioned that I had used too much Pledge that day. And I honestly hadn't used any Pledge. It was just this. So I don't think I would repurchase lemongrass. It's not this one, at least. I have another lemongrass. I don't remember who it's even from, that I like better, but this one was not my favorite. And then I melted butter cookies, and this one I had going down in my basement for probably 2 days, and it's just it's a soft bakery scent. It was really good. I guess that would be the best way to describe it. It was really good. It was light, it was fresh, but you knew it was there. You couldn't really put your finger on what scent it was exactly. It just smelled like home to me. And I honestly, if I do end up ordering from Off the Creek again, I would definitely order this one. They are a Michigan-based company, and I am in Michigan, so I do try to, the dog is whining. I do try and support local vendors, so I will probably place another order, and this one would be on my list. The rest. The first one that I used up was one of my chunks from the 30th Street Crafts, 30th Street Wax. This is in the King's Table. I mentioned this several times that this smells amazing, and it totally performed the way that it smells on cold. I actually received my first order, if you guys recall, and then I smelled this one and had to place a second order right before she closed because it's that good. So I used this up. I have several more of these chunks, and if she ever brought this scent back, I would definitely repurchase. I also used up a sample of lilac from 30th Street. This was so good. The bag doesn't smell like it anymore, but this one was amazing. This is what got me into, my little tower just fell over. This is what got me into liking floral scents again. This was amazing. And if she did just straight lilac scents, I would definitely purchase that one. The next one, I started to use up some of my Kim's Tarts, or Tart Candles by Kim. The first one I used was Island Hibiscus. This was a sample. I put this in my kitchen, and I remember we were outside a lot that day, so I didn't smell it a whole lot just because I wasn't around it. But when I did come in and out of the house, it did smell really nice. I don't think, I'm going to do a whole review video, and I've mentioned this a few times, about the company, so I won't say whether or not I'll repurchase or not yet. You will figure that out in my next video, in my video about that. But this one did smell really nice. And then I also used up the Gain and Apple Mango Tango type. This was really nice. I used all of these up really quickly. They smelled amazing, just super like fruity and just nice. I liked it. And then I did use up one 3-pack from Tiffany Candles, which is 7-Up Pound Cake. This is one of my favorites. I will definitely continue to repurchase. I haven't been buying a lot of vendor wax. I'll pick up like a clamshell here and there if I go to like Walmart, or I went to Kirkland where I picked up more of those cobblestone candle ones, the banana nut bread. But I haven't been purchasing a lot of vendor wax. I'm trying to kind of burn through what I have, but when I do come around to that again, this is definitely on my list. So that is all I've burned through. Like I said, I haven't burned through a lot, and this is stuff that I've collected in probably, for like a month and a half, maybe even 2 months. Obviously I've melted other things, but these are like the empties that I've melted through. I was trying to do weekly melts, but like I said, sometimes I only melt like 2 or 3 different scents, and I'm not gonna make a video on like 2 scents. That's just kind of silly. But I will definitely continue to keep collecting my empties, and I will share them as soon as I have more to share. I'm not going to say it's going to be a monthly thing or every couple weeks. It's just when I feel like there's enough to actually share. So thank you for watching, and I will be back with another video shortly. Bye!